Need a fucking cough button. Oh wait, I got a cough button. I literally have a mute button on my headphones. I don't even have to put the boom up.
Alright, this might be doing something now.
Was it on radio? You gotta build up the delay.
Yeah, well, I mean, you probably had to,
Build up the delay on that as well. Just goes for a
just
little bit.
wait 2 minutes. Yeah, it still says offline. Coming up on the 1 minute mark now, so it should only be another minute. How many people am I supposedly following in fucking... There's... What's the name of the song? 212. Alright. There we go. I'll play 212. Featuring Lazy J.
Hey, I can be the answer. I'm ready to dance when the vamp up. And when I hit that dip, get your camera. You can see you in that bitch shit, the tamper. And the DM that young sister beacon.
There you go. That's exactly what I was talking about. Right, here comes the 2 minute mark. So it should be coming online any second. Right
I'll pop over and check it out real quick.
now. Right. Loading video.
Can I get a fucking ad on your channel? Both fucking things? So I could get it the fucking... Yeah, okay, cool. It's going. It's going.
There we go. Yeah, it's up. So I got a 2 minute delay going on.
Cool. Like, okay, I know it's only the two of us, so that, like, it's not exactly comparable, but I feel like you're way more organized than anyone else. And I get it, it's all just a bunch of random people. It's not like a bunch of friends who are calling each other up going like, hey, let's get ready, let's go through strats and shit. But it's honestly just making me feel a lot better about casting.
So it looks like, if you're watching the stream, which, hang on, let me check. Yeah, almost nobody is, so that's cool. It looks like the way this worked... Oh, we do have some people in here. We got Gibmanapples. So many robots, and somebody else just left. But I guess Nash, the event organizer, put together all the teams out of 50 players, and that's where everything came from, and that's why everything's so even.
Yeah, I mean, we were saying that we believe that Team Ruby Rhod does seem to have a slight advantage, but it's just that, a slight advantage.
We'll talk more about this here in just a minute as we get things put together.
We don't have to be on right now, Brandon, by the way.
It is 10 minutes till
10 minutes to the hour. My name is Despair. You are watching BBC Radio 1. And we're off air. Okay. I need a fucking cigarette, Mike.
No, this fucking dashboard though, it is killing me. I had no idea this thing existed. It's so funny.
This is the best of 3, right?
That's a great question. You know, I feel like I should find these things out before we start.
I thought you'd said. Yeah, are you gonna ask? Because Ruby Rod's the one with the. Yeah, that's kind of common during almost the preseason like seeding games, because it's real quick. You know, it's all points at that point.
Oh, all right. So, best out of 2. There's 2.
Yeah. Wait, so like I'd never even considered this, but is DotaBattles season 1, is it gonna be like a whole thing? This is an amateur tournament, but I mean, if it's best of 2 here, that makes me, as I said, it makes me feel like it's kind of a seeding, a preseason sort of thing, or maybe it's just the regular season for it. Spring season. Wow. Okay.
I swear to God, I looked for that shit. Can I just copy all this? I can indeed. Alright, I'm swinging over here. Rules for the spring season. Wow, that's... Oh, you know what?
It was the dashboard. Did you not see the dashboard when you were looking at it?
Like, what's the embarrassed face emoticon?
I don't know. I guess you could do something like. Oh, fuck. Never mind. I give up.
No, I just realized how awfully I fucked up that dude's name when I was saying man apples. Seriously, I couldn't. I didn't know.
Man apples?
It's Gib Mana, please. GIBMANAPLS. Gib Mana, please, and not man apples. There's no man apples there.
Looks like we're waiting on
Stream's
Dead
not lagging.
Roller, Cooler, Sir Puppykins.
Ooh, apparently this stream is lagging. It says my configuration quality is excellent. Is that Ruby Rhod is saying? Right. So should he or should she bring the quality down or what?
You don't have the option to bring the quality down. Let's in the call. I'll call you back, and so I'll have the Skype call. Though I don't know that it matters too much.
No, because we're peer-to-peer right now.
Yeah. It could just be his girlfriend's connection, honestly. But still, I'm gonna do that.
All right, standing by. Yeah, see, I'm showing from my broadcaster software. I'm showing 0% dropped frames. FPS is up at 30. I'm uploading at about between 3,000 and 4,000 kilobits per second.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna check the stream right now.
As far as I know, as far as I can tell, it's running the way that it's supposed to.
This is also kind of prime time Twitch, and so it can fucking lag on you.
So yeah, I don't know. What are we listening to here? This is all your music.
Mm-hmm.
Now this is Oliver, Mechanical something or other.
Yeah, I'm not getting any lag. And like being in IT, it sucks to have to say that. Like, sorry, we're unable to fix that issue.
I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, I feel bad. Like, I don't want it to be like the stream that nobody can watch. And I'm incredibly new to streaming overall, so
Yeah.
if there are problems, I don't know what's going on. I downloaded the software. I haven't done anything special on my computer. I fiddled with the settings. I wanted to try to balance good quality with
Abject terror.
with
Two unrelated
good
things.
FPS.
It all helps.
And so I settled on, instead of doing 60 FPS at 720 scan lines, or as people just normally say, 720p.
Yeah.
But whatever.
People know what scan lines are.
I decided on 30 frames per second at 1080p, and I've gotten good results thus far. Looking at my playbacks and everything, it looks okay. All right, it looks like the teams are all here. The boys are all
I'm not. No, well,
in the
there's
lobby.
Deadpool. Yeah, it's all
Really, those
Soggy
are my
boars.
These are my two options. On,
Begins.
off, on, whatever. All right, I'm killing the music.
Cooler.
Art
Art
of Sky, is that... Hang on, let me check.
It doesn't matter, but I'm gonna assume it's either Cooler or Suprepicans.
Cooler 221 did have a different name. I actually just closed all of those out, and I kind of wish I hadn't. But we'll figure it out here very shortly.
Art of Sky. I apparently don't know how to look up.
Why, maybe I should have kept the music going.
Why?
Just because there's dead time here.
Okay, so
All right, there it is.
yeah,
Art of
yeah.
Sky. Because Puppykins has issues. How is this going to change the mechanics?
Yeah,
How is this going to change things?
I looked at it and it didn't. Hold on, let me look real quick. I don't. If you did a profile.
Does it show his MMR? Is that...
So Sir Puppykins was 3,200. Sky. Not if he is set to private, I don't believe.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. He's a ringer. I guess RTZ is another one of those big names.
Mm-hmm. Again, before we go in, go ahead and actually once we get into the game, apparently there's a bug, so we'll go into options, audio, open mic off, open mic back on. Remember, mute co-broadcasters.
Okay, I've already done that. Audio. Just make sure that everything's in place. Mute co-broadcasters on, and you said enable open mic off, and then on again. Jesus. All right, so it looks like we're not going to get into any actual Dota leagues, any of the bigger leagues. Not to say that this isn't an actual league. All right, well,
shots fired.
Yeah. And I just lost my first job. We're done here.
And I'm gonna guess that Maddie is either cooler or he's a stand-in.
Yeah, I don't know. Didn't tell you. Yeah, I figure. They'll just switch.
Let's do this shit.
Okay, leave game. Fucking uninstall.
This is where we would start normally.
Well, I thought like there'd be like a countdown or somebody would click a button and shit would go.
There we go.
All right. That's what I was waiting for. And 3, 2, 1. Are you?
I can see the fingers just in my mind.
Yeah. Like I think you stop talking at 2 and then you point. Yeah. All right, here we go.
Mute co-broadcaster.
Mute co-broadcaster is a thing I'm going to do right now.
Yeah, there we go.
On, off, and then on, right?
Yeah.
Good. Still hearing you.
Are you?
Yeah. Ah, god damn it.
Over mic on.
Mute co-broadcaster's on, right?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
No. You can still hear me?
I can still hear you.
Well, I mean, fuck. I don't know. I guess we can always just do it in-game. Drop Skype. But then, well, you would have stuff going through.
As long as it's coming through my headset, you'd be able to hear it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Technical difficulties.
Yeah, right.
Dire team ban.
All right, give me one more test.
Okay, test.
All right, I think we're good. All right, hello and welcome to DotaBattles. This is a single-player type series. We're in Season 1 here. This is the very first game, or one of the first several games. I think they're going to be actually 5 games tonight. And in this series, 50 people sign up. There are 10 team captains assigned, and then actually the coordinator of the entire thing, Nash, using a series of formulas, including one of the biggest ones being your matchmaking rank, puts everybody together in their teams. So we don't have any pre-made teams. People have had basically the weekend to work together, and they don't.
Which I'm sure is delightful.
And it's just a huge clusterfuck. So, allow me to introduce myself. I am Warbond. I like kittens, rainbows, long walks on the beach, and Bud Light strawberritas. Along with me is my co-host, my brother, your brother, Despair. What's up, man?
Nothing much. Really excited. My name is Despair. Since we're doing fucking introductions, my name is Despair, and I like to party.
You can't use that one. It's too popular. Everybody likes to party. I think that's a given. Give me something else about you. What is your middle initial?
W.
There we go. All right, Despair W. looking at these two teams.
Well, yeah, we've got the two teams. We've got Soggy Bottom Boys, captained by Rhod, and SodaRocket.
SodaRocket's team. Yeah. So we've had a couple of last minute substitutions for both team. No, actually, it looks like just
for SodaRocket.
Just for SodaRocket's team, he probably brought in a ringer.
That is the assumption. Yes.
Whoever it's Art of Sky, and I don't know which one is Maddie.
Cooler 221 is either just Maddie is a different name, or anyway.
Okay.
So yes, there are some last-minute lineup changes, but let's go ahead and look at the draft real quick. We've got on, oh my God, who's SodaRocket's team? There we go. We've got Outworld Devourer and Spirit Breaker both banned. I think Outworld Devourer is a solid ban, as is Spirit Breaker. Spirit Breaker gives a lot of gank potential early on. For Ruby Rod's team, Soggy Bottom Boys, we've got Venomancer and Slark. Venomancer is kind of the golden child support here within the last two patches. Like, he came out of nowhere, even on the pro scene. Slark, similarly, has seen a lot more pro play. As far as the picks, we've got Crystal Maiden, Shadow Demon, and Kunkka thus far on SodaRocket's team. Crystal Maiden, Shadow Demon, very solid supports. Of course, we also have to keep in mind that we're playing Captain's Draft, and so they don't have all the heroes to pick from. Then for Soggy Bottom Boys, we have Weaver, which solid carry, good escapability, likely to see him in the off lane. Abaddon, solid support, as is Tidehunter, solid support, very hard to kill. Viper, solid mid player, especially if he gets an early game role on the other team. And then picked up Dragonite, and I think we're current.
All right, and with that, as a matter of fact, thank you for that recap. Just looking at some of the research I did on DotaBuff.com, it looks like SodaRocket's team is actually in a pretty good place. Kunkka is actually one of SodaRocket's best heroes. And same thing with Epona. He is apparently amazing with Dragon Knight and all its iterations. Crystal Maiden, Shadow Demon, and Lycan, that's kind of up in the air. Nothing that I gleaned off of the little bit of information I got from that would tell me that any one of the other players on the team have any particular affinity to any of those heroes. Looking at the other side, Weaver seems to be a pretty popular choice. A lot of people do like Weaver. Tidehunter is in there as well. As far as Weaver goes,
so you're saying there are a few options for people actually playing those heroes.
Arca Torture is apparently a big Weaver player. Looking around, Crystal no, that's not going to help anybody. On the wrong side of that one.
Oh, Juggernaut. Whether or not it was picked or not, that's what they get. I mean, that's solid. It's always going to be a little bit wonky because of Captain's Draft, but I guess we're going to deal with it.
Yeah, I'm actually a little surprised that Juggernaut wasn't taken earlier, but
yeah, and they
I guess
actually
it just
have
falls to. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say they actually have a few options for mid. Both sides, Kunkka and Dragonite can both go mid. Dragonite's a good option for mid just because he's got a lot of survivability. He can kind of sit back and just focus on getting last hits with his Breathe Fire. Viper's, like I said, Viper's probably going to be mid for Soggy Bottom Boys, though Juggernaut could also fill that role. Maddie, yeah, it's likely we're not going to see him as a jungler just because... I don't know. I honestly don't know in outside of pro play how often you see tri-lanes.
All right, as the teams get set up here, let's take a look at their items and introduce ourselves to which players have taken which
their
heroes.
Items are all shit at this point. Let's just introduce the players.
Well, I just happen to have that up, so everybody can see it. Thank you, though.
In your casting notes.
Oh no.
Well, that's not good.
What have we done?
What have we done?
All right. Oh, and we're loud too.
Yeah.
Fuck. All right. What do we do here then? I don't know. I don't know how any of this works.
Yeah, I don't know either.
30 seconds to battle.
Why would they be able to hear us?
Yeah, I know. We're in a broadcasting channel. I honestly do not know enough about it, and that upsets me. Spectator.
Shit. Okay.
Yeah, right. We'll turn off all broadcast, and we'll just have to do it through Skype on the stream, and just as long as you're recording that.
Which part am I turning off here?
Just turn off the open mic in game.
Okay. All right. Hopefully, I guess I'm sorry for anybody else who's been trying to watch this and actually in Dota, which hopefully it's not too many people. We're not fucking anybody up with that. But all right, getting back to it now that I completely lost my flow here. On the Radiant side with the Soggy Bottom boys, we have Rhod as Juggernaut, Shokushu as Abaddon.
First blood down in the
Holy
bottom
shit.
lane. Looks like Abaddon got a little careless up against the tri-lane of Crystal Maiden, Shadow Demon, and Kunkka. I'm going to blame that on the technical issues. Like, that's all there is to it.
Yeah, we should have seen that coming. Better than this.
What? I can hear them? What? Like, a broadcaster channel. What is going on here?
Yeah.
Damn it.
How does this make sense? Maybe it's the way the channel or the lobby was set up. Don't blame our casting. It's why would the fucking lobby settings? Why would the lobby settings matter?
Well, if the lobby settings is all talk.
Who was that who talked? Was it Tidehunter on the Radiant? Dead Roller, I think it was. Yeah, so everybody's using Skype right now.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Fuck, alright.
And we're back in. Fuck
Jesus.
me.
Alright.
Oh, welcome to the War Bond to Despair fuck-up hour.
Yeah. We already got our first blood, less than a minute in.
Yeah, which, I mean, that's really surprising. Abaddon with his shield. Yeah, well, did he pick shield first? I'd imagine he did. Yeah, Aphotic shield first thing. A little bit harder, but then again, if they all jumped up on him, Crystal Maiden, Shadow Demon, and Kunkka, it's quite possible. And
It looks like
I
they're
guess
coming around
fairly easy.
again.
Anyway, you want to resume going through the lineup?
Fuck,
And
I mean, yeah.
actually, we
if
got some rotations coming in mid. Epona and the Dragon Knight is backing up a little bit. He's a little wary. I don't know if he's aware of what's going on, but Tidehunter is there, ready to pounce.
He sure is. All right, trying to continue this just for a minute.
I'll keep a watch on it.
Tidehunter is played by Dead Roller. GG No Re has got the Weaver. Architorture playing Viper, and that finishes up the Radiant side. Then down on the Dire, we do have SodaRocket, the man himself, the captain of the team playing Kunkka. Like I said, one of his best heroes there. Art of Sky on Shadow Demon, Epona on Dragon Knight, Maddie on the Lycan, and Crinkles on Crystal Maiden.
Yeah, okay. Well, thank you very much for that. Going back to the bottom lane, Shokushi and Rhod on the... I don't know.
Shokushu, let's...
On the
Shokushu?
Abaddon and the Juggernaut we're playing after that kill on Abaddon. We're playing very, very safe, playing it very careful behind their tower.
And
We're
Dead
still
Roller
hearing
is
them.
still talking on
I'm
All
still
Talk over here.
Yeah. There has to be some sort of lobby setting. Don't worry,
Yeah.
guys. We'll figure this out for the next game. We apologize. We got 3 conversion in Viper in mid. Shadow Demon starts off with the disruption, and it looks like he's going to go down. Dragon Knight secures a kill, but then gets taken out.
At least he got the kill.
At least he got the return kill, yeah. Man, what a cluster.
Yeah, and so with that specifically for Dragon Knight taking out the Viper there, when Viper dies first, Viper gets nothing. Thanks for coming out. You get nothing, sir.
Well, no experience, no experience. That's the, I mean, kind of. It's important, definitely.
But meanwhile, Dragon Knight does pick up the experience from killing Viper, and so
As well as the gold.
if you're going to swap kills like that, don't be the first one to go down.
You want to be the first one to make the kill.
Yeah.
Looking at bottom lane here in the Radiant side jungle, they have got the Dire's got camps warded. This is surprising to me. I mean, I guess just going into this with 2 teams that I know nothing about, with players I know nothing about. Yeah, bottom lane. So we got Abaddon
Some early
running
team
top as a
fights
shield.
going on
Yeah,
here.
there's a lot of rotations. This has impressed me. Blade Fury used to no avail. Everyone kind of scuttles off after that engagement. It looks like we're shaping up for a tri-lane down here at bottom now. Tri-lane on tri-lane. And they are going fucking ham.
Meanwhile, Lycan
All I can do
Weaver-
is just watch the mini-map waiting for another kill.
Yeah, that's I'm doing the same thing. But Lycan and Weaver up here in the top lane, just prodding at each other back and forth. It seems.
Yeah.
But really getting nowhere with it.
Yeah, and I mean, their goal is going to be to kind of stay alive, which that's everyone's goal, really. But yeah, stay alive, get some levels, and then facilitate some ganks by some timely rotations.
Down here in the bottom
Meanwhile,
lane.
middle lane, yeah, Viper using his orb attack to push Dragon Knight back a little bit, and we got a big clusterfuck down in the bottom lane. Here comes the
going
Blade
on the
Fury.
Kunkka.
Kunkka's very low, but a fucking last second
Abaddon
misfoil
is he
from
gonna-
Abaddon brings him back up. He's gonna go for it, or not brings it back up, but almost kills him. I feel like I'm just going to be saying fucking a lot in this game. I apologize in advance for anyone who is offended by that.
Can't help it.
It's just how we talk.
This is how we do, baby.
But I still blame the weird sound.
Oh,
issues.
yeah, it definitely-
Like I'm super thrown off, even more than I would be
Mojo
normally.
gone. Mojo dissolved. Looks like a couple of people picked up phase boots here. SodaRocket and Maddie on the Dire.
Yeah, which I mean, wait, SodaRocket. I've completely lost who that is. Oh,
He's the
you're
Kunkka.
yeah, you're using names, and I don't know who these players are or who they're playing. I guess I should know that.
Is
But yeah,
that
I mean
not your job?
that's a solid pickup. Oh, bottom lane, Ruby Rhod in a little bit of trouble. Oh, the poison stacks on him. Only one. I don't think that's going to kill him at the very least. Meanwhile, Tide Hunter has to escape through the jungle. We've got Kunkka coming back in. Abaddon's peeking his head back again. Miss Coil, see if we can keep him alive a little bit. But there's the torrent,
Tide
and
Hunter's
that's a
going
dead
down.
Tide Hunter.
What is going on with my mouse here? This is pissing me off. I'm just
And so, once
completely
again, I
to the
mean,
right.
the whole game thus far, I mean, starting with that Abaddon death, Ruby Rhod, what is the name of the team? Soggy Bottom Boys on the bottom lane have been playing very, very timidly. They've been sitting under the tower. I mean, which I don't blame them. After the Abaddon gets killed, first thing, what was it, like 30 seconds of the game?
Yeah.
The good news for them, though, is that Viper in mid is kind of outplaying the Dragon Knight pretty hard. He's got 26 creep score, 9 denies, versus the Dragon Knight's 9 and 2. Of course, that's kind of what Dragon Knight... I mean, Dragon Knight in a lane like this is never going to excel unless there's just a crazy disparity in skill level. But he's just going to try to stay alive. And I mean, he's died once, sure, but it's not a rape. Then top lane, we've got
Fucking
Weaver going on.
maybe setting something up over
Yeah.
here.
Lycan is going to TP, and they miss him. He gets away safely. Meanwhile, Kunkka
Viper in the
showing,
middle lane, 3-on-1. Viper goes down real quick. Crystal
And
Maiden
that
just
is exactly what they needed.
evaporated
they
that
shut
Viper.
down Viper because he's just going to kind of win that lane without the need for support anyway. So yeah, that's a situation where they want to shut it down. And meanwhile, Kunkka in the bottom lane, it's just Kunkka and Abaddon now, due to the rotations, and he really doesn't care that Abaddon's there. Abaddon's playing a little fast and loose, and seeing this ward here, he knows exactly what Abaddon is doing. Meanwhile, we've got some rotations from the Dire side coming down. I don't know if they would devote all this just to take the Abaddon, but then again, why not kill the Abaddon and then take a bottom tower?
Push the lane,
and
yeah.
that looks like exactly what they're about to do. Abaddon felt it and also saw it because of this ward here.
Running in terror. They're going to
no
find
TP
him.
scrolls though. Yep, that's a dead Abaddon.
He's going down.
Dragon Tail for the stun, a few poison stacks. Not even all that many skills required.
Abaddon had a pack of Velociraptors after him. He did the only thing you really can. And that's just hide in the woods.
Meanwhile,
and know you're going to die.
Tidehunter and Juggernaut coming in. Tidehunter's rethinking his decision though. Viper coming in as well. This is turning into a full-blown team fight. The Orb Attack is going to take Kunkka out. And Shadow Demon, I did not see where he died. Crystal Bane's going to scurry off with Viper and Tidehunter on his tails. And now we've got 5 Radiant in the bottom lane with a few kills under their belts. They should think about pushing the tower out a little bit, or pushing the lane out a little bit.
Yeah, they managed to save that tower, and now how are they going to capitalize on this multiple kill here?
Well, I think it's doing exactly what I said. But of course, to be fair, it's still early game. The respawn timers are pretty low, and so there's the potential for them to come back almost instantly. And so I guess ultimately they should feel good. Just, they got 2 kills. Kunkka, that's a big one. They just kind of sit on that and go have a few beers.
Feel happy about themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulating each other in Skype.
Meanwhile, we got Matty, top lane. He's got his phase boots, Ring of Bacillus. I'm going to assume he's going for Vlad's as early as possible. Oh, Crystal Maiden. Life on the edge in the Radiant jungle. She's running right along with this team. Disruption on the Abaddon. Juggernaut does a Blade Fury. They should be able to survive until Kunkka can get in. Let's see what Kunkka can do. There's the Torrent, followed up by both. It hits them both. 2 kills like that, easy. That was a solid counter initiate on the side of SodaRocket's team. I have to remember that. I can't keep saying the Dire, or I'd like to not keep saying the Dire.
They're roaming the land like bandits, requesting tithes from everyone. I don't think that's how that works, but I think you get the point.
Yeah, and they just never saw it coming. Coming into that, that's one of the reasons why you start doing that. Someone starts running towards the high ground, think twice. Think twice about pursuing up the high ground. Meanwhile, in the top lane, we've got Tidehunter desperately trying to keep Lycan from taking the tower, but he's not going to be successful. Weaver's going to try to come out a little bit, but rightly thinks better up at that second.
Where's Tidehunter and all that?
We've also got... We've got Crinkles on the Crystal Maiden and Epona on the Dragon Knight. I feel like Epona is a name by the end of the game that I'm going to be familiar with. Speaking of Epona, he's mid lane. Arc is going on him, but wisely turns around because the Crystal Maiden comes to provide a little bit of support. Not only that, we've got the Kunkka coming in to do some work. The whole sound thing has got me worried about even drawing on the map in-game now.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
Good God.
Draw a big dick and see if anybody says anything. It has to be huge. Don't half-ass. There you go. There you go. Can anybody see cock right now?
Do you have your stream chat open? Maybe Ruby's girlfriend can let us know. Well, of course she would see it, but I'm sure she's in contact with Ruby because they're obviously stream sniping. And this whole tournament is now tainted because of it. Shame on all of you.
I don't even know where to go from there. I
We
did have one
Heart of
person.
Sky disruption onto the Abaddon. Tide Hunter trying to do some work. There's the Omni Slash from the Juggernaut. Crystal Maiden running away because she's so squishy. Can't
And she
hack
goes
it.
down.
Abaddon
Same.
gets a kill. Here comes the boat. And it hits the Tide Hunter just on the very edge. Now Tide Hunter's going to try to run away, but I do not think he's going to be able to do it. Meanwhile, Viper's coming in to finish up the Shadow Demon.
Where did that come from?
Oh, he almost
They're
got
trading
away.
this
He
back and
almost had
forth.
range for the Kunkka to get killed as well.
Juggernaut's
Yeah, that
still
was-
running away from Dragon Knight.
Yeah.
Juggernaut
And
goes down.
He got the
Viper
kills,
versus
which we were
Dragon
talking about
Knight
earlier.
and
That's
Weaver.
good, but he's going to pay with his life.
And Dragon Knight goes down. That, I don't even know what happened there. It was just back and forth. This is like a kill kata going on. You just can't even keep up.
Like we were talking about, like there have been so many rotations in this game. I feel like it was, hey, you know what? Phase 1, we'll spend the first 5 minutes fighting, and then Phase 2, we'll spend the next 5 minutes fighting. And then Phase 3, can you guess what it is?
Is it going to be fighting?
It's going to be fighting.
All right, we got a mechanism coming in for the Viper. Is that it's the first one of the match? It seems like it's pretty early. We're 14 minutes in.
Bottom lane, we got Kunkka landing a toward on Weaver, but he just Shikuchi's away. No detection on the Crystal Maiden. He does a time lapse. Will he be able to get away? I believe he will. And that's the thing about Weaver. You have to have detection. You have to have some way to time or to lock him down, and you just hope that his time lapse is off cooldown. Meanwhile, on the bottom lane, we got Viper coming in on the Dragon Knight. He's got support from the Juggernaut. And Epona, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. We got TP reactions coming in. He could be tanky enough, but the TP is canceled. I think he's going to live.
I think he's got it, yeah. Burn those
Bottom lane,
cooldowns.
yeah. We got SodaRocket, Art, and Crinkles.
Looks like
gonna take that tower. I mean,
tower's
that's
going down,
gonna
yep.
happen. Oh, in a very
Just-
unfortunate fortification. Very unfortunate.
Just a second too late.
Yeah.
Whoever was in charge of that call, you missed it, buddy. Sorry.
Yeah, at this point, I mean, although the kills aren't too uneven, we've got 6 on Soggy Bottom Boys, we got 10 on SodaRocket's team. The Radiant is missing all of their Tier 1 towers.
And it happened so quick, too.
Yeah, well, I mean, Lycan got the top one.
Tower has been denied.
Oh, well, they got the deny on that one, and that's good. But still, that's a Tier 2 now that they're missing on the top lane.
I would rather have a tower there, exactly. And it looks like we have an early Roshan.
Well, I mean, actually, fun fact, for Lycan, not that early. I mean, you pick up Vlads, you get your Wolves, you go in. Lycan could potentially solo this, but I'm sure, I mean, if you got the rest of your team around, why the fuck not have them help? And the wards from the Dire, from SodaRocket's team, they see exactly what's going on. Abaddon tries to put some wards down, but really it's too late to have seen what's going on in the Roche pit. And everyone else is in a defensive position.
Abaddon goes in.
Yeah,
and
Abaddon. Well, I mean, he's in Viz. They're gonna try to contest it. There's the Omni Slash. That's gonna take Lycan. Will it?
Lycan gets away.
Get 4-staffed away. Look like. There goes the Ravage, the Shiva Ravage. And it looks like Viper's gonna lose his life, but not before he finishes off Kunkka. Art of Sky then is gonna
Wow,
go down.
pop goes
Dragon
the
Knight.
weasel there.
Yeah.
That was
Turn tail and run, my friend.
trading some kills back and forth. Again, this kill kata, like, I don't...
Yeah.
I seriously cannot keep up. There's just too much shit going on. For every
I mean-
time that somebody gets a kill, you think they got it, the team comes in, they just bum rush the entire thing,
Yeah.
and turns it all around.
And you know what? Oh my God! I cannot believe I just witnessed
Wow.
that!
Wow, what
Oh
the...
my God!
That was...
Crinkles! That was worth the whole fight. I was gonna say, like, the Dire was looking to be in such a good position after being a little bit ahead on the kill lead, having both the Tier 1 and the Tier 2 on the top lane down, Tier 1's everyone else down, they're gonna follow it up with a Roshan, and then, you know, Soggy Bottom Boys, they come in, they counter, they end up getting the Roche, and then The fucking Crystal Maiden out of nowhere.
Swoops in. That is a maneuver that he's practiced. And I mean, you know how those Roshan downs go. You have that 2-second lag time where you're figuring out who's going to take the Aegis.
Yeah. Someone's like, oh, fuck. Well, I mean, at least they're not 6-slotted for the most part, or shouldn't be.
Yeah.
Although you do have, like, the Lycan with the Necronomicon.
A couple of them are, yeah.
Yeah. Which, I mean, sure. If you don't have anything else going on and you're not picking up the Aegis, if you're just going to leave it to the Crystal Maiden, who has plenty of space, why not carry the recipes for the Aegis? Meanwhile, we've got an engagement, Tidehunter around the Radiant Side engagements. Crystal Maiden going to get hit. Nope. Okay, I thought the Tormkin and Lycan's Wolves look like they may take down the Tidehunter. Aphotic Shield along with the Mist Coil is going to keep him up. And that
is coming from Abaddon, that Aphotic Shield.
Mist Coil, Aphotic Shield. Yeah, it's very, very strong, especially in the early game to try to keep people alive. Also, when the shield pops, if it pops before duration expires, then it does damage in a radius around it.
Okay, so if they break the shield, then it's gonna.
It does damage. Yeah.
Okay.
And it looks like the Dire saying, fuck it, let's go take this tower. Which, I mean, I can get behind, honestly. Why not? It's the lane's already pushed out. Why not do it? They may have to sacrifice. We've got the Soggy bottom boys grouping up in the middle lane. They may sacrifice the tier 1 mid, but at this point, they can lose it and still have the Roche advantage with the tier 2 tower on bottom.
And Kuga uses the Shadow Blade.
Yeah, very bravely
roll the fuck out
to try to do something.
Yeah, he was just sitting there all along.
Oh,
trying to catch Abaddon out. Here comes Tidehunter.
Play by Kunkka. X marks the spot, brings him back from the TP home. But it doesn't look like
he have the support he needs. He's got his boys coming in
as well. Yeah, we've got and there's the Shiva Ravage with the Omni Slash to take out the Kunkka.
Kuka goes down, and so does Tidehunter, and unfortunately, so does Shadow Demon.
Yeah, that was
played by Artist Guy there.
Tight. And it's still going on. Oh my God, it keeps happening.
I dare you to keep up with this game. I fucking dare you to keep up with this.
Oh, Juggernaut came in the Blade Fury.
They like just all come flying in.
Yeah.
Maddie's on a spree here. Lycan is pretty heavy right now.
Yeah, he's working towards his Necronomicon. He's got his Vlads up. That fight, I mean, had it just been the Tidehunter and Abaddon, it would have favored the SodaRocket's team. Looking at my piece of paper. SodaRocket's team, Soggy Bottom Boys team. Fuck, I can't even remember what happened now. But yeah, no, it would have favored Soggy Bottom Boys just because the Kunkka went down along with the Shadow Demon, whereas the Soggy Bottom Boys only lost 2 supports. But then the Juggernaut gets in the mix. Crystal Maiden gets in the mix.
Dire's top tower has been denied.
And finally, some
another team fight going on here. I swear to God, they're all about to converge. Everybody's gonna die. Viper goes down early.
Torrent. And here comes the
boat.
boat.
As Weaver comes down.
The boat hit nothing, but they got the Weaver, they got the Viper. Obviously, like clearly in favor
of the mid lane. They're gonna push that fucking tower down. I swear it's coming.
Yeah, and we've got Lycan on the bottom lane trying to push it out as much as he can.
That is when you fortify, right there.
Yeah, right? That's the time to do it. At least, okay, maybe it was just nerves. I get that completely, considering this game and how I've casted it.
You're worried that it's being cast. That's, well, and the technical difficulties early on didn't help anybody.
Mm-hmm. Shit, for all I know, we're still not being heard by anyone.
Right. I mean,
anything.
Somebody in the stream said there's no sound and it's terribly laggy, so maybe everybody's gone home. I don't know.
Wait, did they say there was no sound?
He did say there's no sound. I asked him if he meant on the stream or inside Dota, but got no response. Well, I mean, what am I to do?
Yeah. Well, we'll figure it out for next game. GG. Go remake.
Yeah.
All right, what do we got here? Got Dragonite, Helm of the Dominator. Looks like Lycan is coming in to take another look at the Roche Pit. He's a good 3 to 6 minutes early, though. Dragonite's going to take... I mean, no one's been stacking any Ancients or any camps, really, that I've seen. And I don't... like, I should say that I get that completely, considering they've all just been farming heroes.
Yeah, pretty much. Some really aggressive
Pushing
wards
lanes, farming heroes.
over
NBD.
here by the Dire, by SodaRocket's team. Maybe that's SodaRocket?
And
it looks like they're all collapsing in.
well.
Oh, you just disconnected.
Yeah, hold on.
All right.
No, keep going. You don't have to pause it on my account.
I didn't pause anything. So it looks like SodaRocket's team is just pushing up mid. You got Lycan, who's being super brave. Here comes Shakushu and Abaddon, trying to see what's going on here. Just waiting for the rest of the boys to arrive, and then everybody's gonna die.
Yeah. Yeah, meanwhile, we've got Juggernaut trying to get a little bit of farm on the top lane, try to keep them away from their tier 3 tower. Again, they're watching for that Roche Pit. They want it again. Maybe this time they'll actually kill it and get the Aegis, and not just get the Aegis.
Well, at least again, that was such an amazing play. I'm pretty sure
I'm still semi-hard thinking about it.
Krikos is in the stream. I would like to think that he stopped what he was doing after that 2-minute delay to watch himself do that shit, because he should have been patting himself on the back for that one.
Yeah, and there's the Ravage from Tidehunter to start off the fight. A Torrent hits up the Viper. Can't even follow the fight. Oh,
Exactly.
disruption.
Weaver bugs out.
Here
Opponent
comes
has
the
Dragon
foe.
Knight.
You got the Kunkka's Realm, if anything, on the Dire side, which is going to take out the Viper, going to take out the Tidehunter. Weaver down as well, and the Abaddon. That was
damn it, Lycan. Go easy on them.
Oh, that was
And that
awful.
is all 5 of them down.
That is, right there, the Tier 2 and the Tier 3. I would be very surprised if there wasn't at least one barracks in the deal.
Crystal Maiden and Kunkka just trying to get their
Yeah,
creeps
trying
up there.
Exactly.
They get that second tier tower down. They're pushing on that number 3. Tidehunter's back in the game. Is he going to dive in immediately to try to save the tower?
No, I mean, he should... Oh, they're playing very timid. Well, I mean, I guess I kind of get that.
That's
They
when you say timid.
Well,
you mean
you know,
smart.
ears. But I mean, really, all of a sudden,
They
there's
stay
Weaver,
too much
there's Juggernaut,
longer.
here comes Viper.
Are they going to be able to get the
Interactions,
racks?
Got the tower. They're going
No.
off.
Looks
See if
like
the
they're
Wolves can take out
boarding
the melee
out.
barracks. And you know, this is something I was talking to you the other day about. In a situation like that, because the melee barracks has health regen, in a situation like that where you have to get into the barracks and try to take one out, you're much better off going with a ranged barracks, because it has no regen. You can do the damage, and the damage is going to stay there.
Because you just don't have the time to make
Yeah,
any
and-
lasting
Exactly.
impression on the base there.
And
They
it-
check that Roshan one more time. They're waiting on it.
Yeah, but I mean, they're going to have some people that want to have a word with them about that. But
If
what's
they're
unfortunate
checking
for
the
Soggy
stream.
Boys right now is that there are no wards looking over the Roche Pit. So when Roche comes up and SodaRocket's team goes in, they might not know about it. Like if they don't get some ward coverage. I mean, right now from Soggy Bottom Boys, very defensive warding, which is kind of what they have to do right now. Just because they're at their T3 on the top, they're open exposed racks in the middle, they're at their T3 in the bottom lane. Right now, SodaRocket's team is in very, very strong control of this game.
Tower is under attack.
And yeah, we've got
Kunkka up there,
He's like,
just
"Oh,
pushing out the lane.
I'll take some farm and push out the lane at the same time. Why the fuck not? Okay, and see, this is smart, but yes, there are no sentries. They've smoked. They're going to go in to check the Roche, and guess what? It's up. This is something that they need.
Are
But
they gonna...
they don't have the ward coverage that they need to like know that it's safe. But let's see if they can do it fast enough. And you know,
meanwhile, Crystal Maiden
yeah,
swoops in and takes the Aegis. Yep, they're bugging out. That's a smart move there
that's
because
very smart
move.
Well, I mean, SodaRocket's team was just fucking champing at the bit in the first place, getting ready for that Roche. And the second that they realized that no one else was being seen in the lanes, they're like, well, hey, maybe they smoked and did Roche, or trying to do Roche. I mean, that was a very, very good map awareness and just kind of a game awareness from SodaRocket's team. But here we go. We got Epona. Oh,
Really
there's the
gonna try
Raptor
this?
start the fight. Epona is going to go down. We've got the freezing field from Crystal Maiden. Uninterrupted. Just doing work. Just doing work. But Kunkka and Dragonite have gone down, so they have to try to get out of here.
Is it going to get any worse for him? No?
They're fucking maybe not.
Regoose.
Yeah, maybe
Regoose.
Lycan's just going to kill everyone. There's a disruption on the Abaddon. And
That has not
God,
happened
it's
before.
another
He is
flash and wipe.
12-0, and they're going to pick up the Aegis on this one.
Yeah, looking at the gold graph, I mean, 28 minutes in, 29 minutes in, we've got 14,000 gold in favor of SodaRocket's team. We've got 7,500 plus gold in favor of SodaRocket's team. But interestingly, no, okay, I'm sorry, good. We've got Lycan making up a big portion
And
of that.
there's Ruby Rhod calling the GG.
And you know what? I don't necessarily disagree with that.
Yeah, I can't really blame him.
Yeah, I mean, after getting the Roche and...
Victory.
well, congratulations to SodaRocket's team for taking this first game in a best-of-2 series. I guess we're going to try to figure things out, and we'll get back to it here in a minute.
Hopefully we'll make it work this time.
Yeah.
All right. So as a little bit of post game coverage here, obviously that Crystal Maiden snatching the Aegis at the last second there.
Oh my God.
Between really the big one to look at here is Maddie playing the Lycan. I swear to God, he's a ringer. 12-0
yeah,
1.
right.
That is insane.
Yeah, he was doing work. I mean, right there at that last fight at the Roshan pit, I was like, hey, you know, maybe the Dire should get out of here. They've lost Kunkka, they've lost a Dragon Knight, and yet here comes Maddie, and he cleans up everyone. And that's in a fight where Tidehunter started off with a Ravage. Like, started off with a bunch of damage and a big stun. And I honestly thought that they were going to do it again. I thought Soggy Blight and Boys was going to do it again and take another Roche fight.
All right, I just got a message from Ruby Rhod. He says we're going to the same place with the same password, and he took all chat off. So maybe we'll actually get it to work this time.
We'll be able to get it to work in game.
Yeah.
Well, that's fair. You know, that's hopefully that was the issue, and we'll test it a little bit in game first next time.
Okay.
Just
so
a quick like, hey, can you all hear us?
I'm gonna close that out, and let's see if I can remember the password. Okay, third time's a charm.
Yeah, once you're in, let me know.
Oh, fuck you.
Hey, do you have the ability to split these up, by the way?
I will figure out how.
Yeah, I'm sure you can. Okay.
I'll figure out something.
Just so we can, like, maybe...
Is that on there somewhere where it says all chat or anything like that?
I don't know. I mean, it really... I'd have to create a lobby and kind of look at stuff like that. But I've never before... I mean, as many games as I've watched casted, as many programs as I've watched casted, I've never before seen someone have that issue, where all of a sudden it's like, hey, we can all hear you.
That's so funny.
I mean, I thought the broadcaster channel, I thought that was just it. I thought that's... Like, that was a thing that kind of immunized you from everyone else.
Yeah, I don't want to be down with the dirty peon peasant players.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I'm like, oh, yeah, they all fucking suck and they should kill themselves. Like, we can hear you, man.
You know what it's time for?
A beer? Did Adrian end up getting you beer?
No, I don't have beer.
Oh, is it time for music then?
It's time for some more music.
All right, I'm gonna.
I wish I could just find your... No, whatever. To clicking 9 buttons to get to anything that you got on here. Any other requests over here?
From my SoundCloud.
Oh god, it's so loud. What is going on? Alright. Who the fuck is Oziel? Is that Maddie? No, Maddie is different. Who's Oziel?
I don't know. Did you happen to say the password on stream before the delay is taken into account? Maybe.
I might have. I don't know. I don't remember.
You can always ask who the hell he is.
Like, just a minute ago, it was not Oziel.
Like I know for a fact, you can check and see who people are otherwise known as, or also known as, AKA. But I have never had a reason to use it. I only found it once on accident.
It's on their Steam page. We'll tell you. Oh yeah. You good to go?
Yeah, should be good to go.
Alright, let's shut off this god-awful music. It's Flex Pavilion, by the way. I do like this song. But it's not why we're here. If you are, for whatever reason, just joining us, this is Dota Battles Season 1. I'm your host, Warbond, and I am here with my brother, Despair. Say hello, Despair.
Yo! Wait,
Yo,
hello.
Alright. So we are on to our second game of the night. We have SodaRocket's team versus the Soggy Bottom Boys, captained by the one, the only, Ruby Rhod. The first game ended in a GG by the Soggy Bottom Boys. They SodaRocket's team.
GG. I think it was a smart call. That's unfortunate because it was a very exciting game. Like I really enjoyed watching.
There were a lot of really cool team fights, and it was incredibly fast-paced, incredibly quick. It was pretty insane. But I really think that SodaRocket's team, Maddie, his Lycan was just over the top. Looks like
the Lycan was doing some work. But to be fair, opponent on the Dragon Knight was also doing a lot of work. The Kunkka actually did not. I don't remember who was on the Kunkka, but the Kunkka was also doing a lot of work. I mean, landed some really solid torrents. Only
it was
missed
SodaRocket.
one boat that I saw, which I mean, normally that's what you do with boats is you whiff the fuck out of them. You just throw them because you think it looks cool.
That's what I would do.
So yeah, exciting game. And I guess we'll see what they've got in store for us now. Do we have any more ringers? Whatever happened to that other guy? Did we get that figured out?
Maddie?
Do we have another, maybe incognito Merlini or Dendi inside?
Oh, hey, shit, is there... You want to try the audio again?
Do we want to try?
Yeah.
Do we?
Yeah.
Radiant team pick.
Okay.
Test. Can anybody hear me? Where is my mouse? What is going on here?
Bounty hunter.
You good? We good?
I don't know. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Not in game, but I've also got co-broadcasters muted.
All right. He
Maybe
says
we should just turn everything off until we actually.
he says he can't. He says he can't hear me. Crinkles reports that no, he cannot. In fact, hear me.
Okay, that's good. Well, of course I don't know if they could hear you last time either. They could just hear me, right?
No, that was. I don't know. All right. So
anyway, yeah.
Look, back to the game. Hey,
Back to
look,
the
there's a
actual
game
fucking
going
game,
on.
yeah.
All right. So we're working captain's draft, meaning you have a limited pool of heroes. Looks like what is it? 8 from each ability or each attribute here.
Yeah, something like that.
mean,
I've
like-
never actually counted.
8 strength, 8 agility, or maybe yeah, that's 8, 8, and 8, and then 8 intelligence. So our bands, Outworld Devourer, which I think is pretty common. Again, I think that was their first ban last time
That
as
was
well.
the first ban last time, and I still agree with it.
Actually,
then-
it was SodaRocket's team's first ban last time.
Oh, well, it was still the first ban of the game.
It was,
Come on.
yeah, okay. And then Death Prophet and Bane for SodaRocket's team. They should.
Yeah,
really
and,
pick
and Bane,
fucking
a solid support, a great initiator, especially if you got some skill shots you got to get off. Death Prophet with the Exorcism, great tower pusher. Warlock with the Rock, with the Chaotic Offering with the Golems. Again, a great team fight hero, great pusher. So looking at the picks thus far, we've got Soggy Bottom Boys with the Alchemist,
team
Venomancer, solid support, and Viper. We saw Viper doing work early on as mid last game.
Dire team
Alchemist is going to be a hard carry that maybe a support depending upon who their last pick is, but I'm guessing we're going to see him as a
10
hard
seconds
carry.
remaining.
On the SodaRocket side, we've got Bounty Hunter,
5
going to see him in the
seconds
off lane.
remaining.
Ancient Apparition, always fun to see that support.
Team pick.
With the Ice Blast, love seeing those skill shots. Gyrocopter is going to be their carry. Disruptor, I mean, depending upon their last pick, we're going to have Dragon Knight
Hang
again.
on, let me guess. SodaRocket? Yep, SodaRocket and the Bounty Hunter. Last game, SodaRocket took the Kunkka, and guess who his number 2 is?
Is it the Bounty Hunter?
Ding, ding, ding. You got it. It is the Bounty Hunter. That is his number 2. Just in terms of hero played, he's played Kunkka more than anybody, and then Bounty Hunter second most. Looking at the Soggy Bottom Boys, I don't see anything too crazy. See, I'm actually not matching up anything here. Then going back down to SodaRocket's team, Maddie, their obvious ringer, and then their new ringer, Ozzy, coming in with the Dragon Knight. I don't know who. Like, that may be a completely different person.
All right,
I'm not
players, can you hear me?
Prepare for battle.
I don't hear anything. That's good, right?
Yeah, I think so.
All right, why don't you go ahead and take us into the lineup here, Warbond?
All right, lineup is as follows. SodaRocket's got the Bounty Hunter, of course, Ozzy on the Dragon Knight, Epona with a Gyrocopter, Maddie on Ancient Apparition, Crinkles is the Disruptor, played a great Crystal Maiden last round, Ruby Rhod on, I guess I had that backwards there, Ruby Rhod is Viper, GG No Re on Lena, Shakushu on Alchemist, Architorture on Mirana, and Dead Roller is Venomancer.
All right, and looking at the lanes, I don't know if they're going to try to do a dual lane with Alchemist and Lena. I mean, that looks like what it's lining up to be. You know, I mentioned last game about tri-lanes, and I wasn't sure how prevalent they were outside of the pro scene. Normally, you have kind of an off lane, someone who can escape, which Mirana can. So if they were to put her by herself, I mean, that could potentially work. We've got Venomancer in the middle. Maybe he's working his way up to top. I have to assume that that's what's happening.
Bounty
and
Hunter's
then-
play here. He's going to go play some wards or what?
The battle begins.
It looks like he's going to ward and then go back up to the top lane, beat by his lonesome. He needs to be careful though, because I mean, the Venomancer probably can't kill him solo, but still, you don't want to take that sort of early harass for no reason. And yeah, once again, we've got Dragon Knight mid, played by Oziel, and we've got Viper mid, played by Ruby Rhod. And SodaRocket's gonna go into the woods. He's gonna do the old come from behind and I don't know what.
Get killed. Going against the tri-lane there.
Yeah.
What he needs to be doing is just sitting in range of those creeps getting killed.
Yeah, getting some experience. And I mean, that's effectively what he's going to try to do. He'll be able to get some last hits, but really his job is to not die, get levels, get 6, get track, roam, kill, win. All in that order.
In that order, yeah. And it should take him 25 minutes.
Roughly.
If
maybe
the last
30.
game was anything to judge by. So coming up here on the top lane, we have Alchemist, Venomancer, and Lena. They're just
Yeah, and
hanging
if you
out
look
right now.
if you look here, speaking of, oh, that's professional. Hashtag professional. Speaking of SodaRocket going through the woods, he was putting this ward. He was blocking the creep camp here because we've got Shokushu on the Alchemist, and then farming in lane gonna be or should be safe as hell. And you got Lena and the Venomancer gonna be in the woods, creep stacking, maybe occasionally pulling, just literally just to fuck with the bounty hunter.
And and so warding this camp here.
Completely blocks it from spawning.
Okay,
So,
and so
they are denied the benefit of that experience. Yeah.
Okay, and
now we
meanwhile,
got-
you do have these sentry wards up because they know they're going up against a stupid bounty hunter.
No,
He's gonna
yeah.
go invisible.
Stupid
everybody
bounty hunter
fucking
who's gonna
hates
get a
that.
battle fury and then kill everyone.
Let the healing begin.
Looks like they were indicating a gank mid, but
Yeah. I'm not sure what that was. Oh, yeah, they've smoked up.
Yeah.
Lena and the Venomancer smoked up.
Pop the
Looks like
smoke
they're going
into
to try to
C.
come in mid. And getting an early kill on the Dragonite, Ozzy on the Dragonite would be good, I think you could say. I think
gonna
that's
do
the
that.
term for it.
that'll be going here pretty soon. But he is kind of sticking close to the tower.
Yeah. He
Well,
probably
now
felt it a little
he
bit.
knows something's up.
Yeah, well, now he definitely knows something's up. Bottom lane. I mean, bottom lane, Gyrocopter versus Mirana. If they just let each other sit there and, AFK farm, maybe smoke a cigarette while doing it, both of them shouldn't have, or neither one of them should have an issue.
So it looks
Meanwhile,
like
we've got Maddie and Crinkles, Disruptor and Ancient Apparition coming in. They're smoked up. There's a kinetic field trapping Ruby Rhod, and I'm going to guess that Ruby Rhod's going to fucking eat it. Yep, and there we go.
and there's our first blood.
There's our first
3
blood.
minutes.
Yeah.
3 minutes and 13 seconds is first blood.
I mean, a great response as far as smoke. Like, hey, you gonna try to smoke gank me? Fuck you.
Yeah,
Dire's
and
middle tower is under attack.
And-
it isn't terribly surprising. I mean, you look at how long it takes to set up those ganks. You gotta shit or get off the pot because as long as they spent Lena and the Venomancer getting into position, they're still down. They're both level 2 right now.
Yeah, and if you noticed, Dead Roller on the Venomancer stuck around the middle lane just a little bit, and he's actually still sticking around the middle lane, but just to soak up some solo XP. At the very least, I don't know that he was trying to go for that many last hits. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Mirana hits an arrow on the Ancient Apparition. Maddie's looking like he was in trouble if Mirana had leapt to the right spot. I don't know exactly what happened there, but I mean, definitely literally a stay of execution for Maddie.
Definitely, he was down very far, and I was surprised to not see anything come of that. But then again, Gyrocopter was right there.
Gyrocopter was right there, but I believe he could have done it. I believe he could have gotten the kill using that Starfall and just, auto attacks, but he leapt towards the creep lane and used a Starfall versus towards Maddie and using the Starfall. Middle lane, Dragon Knight's got double damage rune. I don't know if he'd be able to go on Ruby Rhod, but yeah, it's not going to hurt, especially if you get some rotations up to help him in mid. And looking at the wards again, or looking at the wards now, the Dire side has got some pretty aggressive wards in this bottom lane, considering that they moved out so
Noticed that.
early.
Looks like they're setting up a mid gank again. Gonna try to shut down that Viper and push that lane.
Yeah, because I mean, let's see, the Viper's got 14 creep score. Actually, the Viper and the Dragonite are pretty evenly matched here, and that's honestly surprising me a lot. I feel like the Viper, just with his orb attack, his orb poison attack, should be trying to more insistently push Oziel out of lane. Exactly.
Yeah,
like
it doesn't take much. You just turn it on auto and just right click, right?
Well, I mean, Venomancer, bottom lane, Radiant Jungle. Looks like he's going to eat it. Yeah, Ancient Apparition's going to get that kill. And Mirana looks like she's also in trouble. Maddie with another kill. Double kill for the Ancient Apparition. Maddie, the ringer, once again doing work. Which, to be fair, I think that was right place, right time. Gyrocopter came in and set those up.
Let me ask you this, and this may be a trick question for you. Is it Merlini
stupid
or
question.
Merlini?
It's Merlini.
Actually, it's pronounced Maddie. You got both of those wrong. So at this point, I swear,
Radiant's top
Well
tower is under
fucking
attack.
played.
this
Okay.
guy
Okay.
is-
That was good. I walked right the fuck into that one. Top lane, Alchemist, who's not been getting much in the way of harassment. He continues to farm up. He's got 3 points in his Grievel's Greed. He's got 34 and 6, which is okay. Oh, meanwhile, middle lane. Why didn't you say something? Ruby Rhod on the Viper taking out the Ancient Apparition. I missed that one completely.
well,
Talking
I mean,
about Alchemist doing work. Don't look at you.
I was trying to pick up what you're putting down, man. I'm learning from you here.
I'm sorry. Anyway, the point is that if he stays uncontested, he's picked up a Midas, which is very fucking greedy. Like, if they are going to shut Alchemist down right now, and between now and the next
Radiant's
10
top
minutes,
tower is
that
under
is the time
attack.
to start consistently shutting down the Alchemist. Because if they don't, with the Midas and the Grievel's Greed, on top of not being like harassed out of lane and getting free farm, he is going to be a motherfucker
Oh,
to
you're
deal with.
hot.
It looks like Lena just barely escaping death there.
Yeah,
at the
that's
hands of the
that
bounty
Shuriken
hunter.
toss. That Shuriken toss almost did it for her.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And here we go, Ringer, top lane, Maddie, Ancient Apparition, moving up, see if he can do some work. Or maybe he's thinking better of it. And then on bottom lane, you know, I thought that it would
Here
be
comes the gank in top.
top lane, yeah.
Crinkle
There's
just
the
came
acid.
in on the disruptor.
Yeah, Disruptor coming in. There's a kinetic field. They're at least going to get the Lena out of this. But no, Mirana pops the Moonlight Shadow, and Lena's going to get away scot-free. And as you were talking about before with those wasted rotations, that's very costly. I mean, because that's time that, I mean, if,
Taking
Yeah,
time out of
that's-
lane,
yeah,
taking experience away from the team. But
exactly.
right now they can kind of spare that. Looking at the graph, they are up at least 1,000 over the Dire. Gold wise,
Bottom lane. We
Dire's got
got
it.
Gyrocopter getting gone. Oh, and the the call down
Call
does
down.
so much work.
If he had one person backing him up,
One person
that
backing
would have
him
been a
up.
triple kill.
I completely agree.
Dire's
I
middle
completely
tower
agree.
is under
And
attack.
I'm honestly surprised that the Venomancer did not get killed. Meanwhile, in the top lane,
Disruptor, you gonna do it? Ancient Apparition.
sorry, I thought it looked like
They're
yeah,
actually, I'm
the bounty hunter got a kill in the top lane,
kind of surprised on that one.
and I'd be very surprised if
Zero
that was not correct.
misses. You get sight with that arrow, don't you?
Yes, you do.
All right, and how
Yeah.
far does that?
Radiant's bottom tower is
It
under
goes
attack.
forever. If you've ever been hit by one where you never thought that you would be hit by one, you realize that it goes forever.
So 3,000 units, about half the map, right?
Yeah, roughly. I think the only thing longer range is Clockwork's Hookshot and Ancient Apparition's Frost Blast.
Ooh, the hook shot goes that
Or
far.
Ice Blast. No. It feels like it goes that fucking far, though.
I was gonna say, hey, fuck you, all right? Like I was imagining standing in the river and just kind of shooting up at the
Oh, no, yeah.
the
Just
diagonal,
routinely
and just it
sitting
just
in your
fucking
fountain,
goes forever.
Hitting shots.
I don't know, man. Fuck you.
Bounty Hunter gonna pick up a regeneration right up top. If anything, just deny it. And it looks like we're gonna have a little congregation in mid by the Radiant side.
Just a little
Might they
powwow,
want-
actually.
Yeah, might they want to push the tower? I mean, I feel like if they're all going to be there, why not? Likewise, on the bottom lane, Mirana's
Bottom
moving out.
lane,
She's
yeah,
coming up
they're-
to mid. Anything to support
Looks
Viper?
like they're trying to make a decision here.
Yeah, the Viper's invised up. It looks like they might be trying to set up something on the Dragon Knight, but the Dragon Knight is wary, to say the least. Arrow
This
flies
is
by.
Bounty Hunters.
Should have scouted out some activity at the Ancients, the Radiant Ancients. Looking at the goal graph, the experience earned only 1,000 in favor of the Radiant.
Looks like they're going on the Dragon Knight in middle,
Oh, yeah, there goes the
and
Dragon
he
Knight.
is done.
Which, I mean,
Well, Maddie and Crinkle's Ancient Apparition and
Yeah, the light
Disruptor don't
the
even
light
wanna get in
strike
there.
away, the light strike array got him, and there was just nothing he could do.
No,
Moonlight
it
Shadow.
doesn't feel like it. It looks like they're waiting for their buddies to come in like they did last time.
Yeah, can't you feel it building, the tension? Like just kind of a throbbing. Like seems like every time.
That may not be the tension.
Meanwhile,
Alright, here
Venomancer
comes-
getting a little ballsy.
Dragon Knight coming back in. They're going to be chased off.
Yeah, nothing came of it, which
Is
you know,
incredibly
I'm-
surprising.
I'm
What's going on in the top lane there?
That call.
Alchemist just went down.
Wow, like I
Yeah,
wish.
Bounty Hunter, I mean, it happened pretty quick.
I wish I'd seen that.
Mirana came in just a little late, I want to say, to do anything for Alchemist.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, that's what I was talking about. They need pickups like that, especially in Alchemist, because he's gonna get big. And I mean, looking at him, he's 4,700 net worth. The next highest is actually the Bounty Hunter with 3,400 net worth. And then behind him, the Gyrocopter
Radiant's
with
bottom
3,300.
tower is
Bounty
under
Hunter after
attack.
Mirana. Alchemist comes
Alchemist
back in and
comes in,
says, "No, you
comes
don't,
in, so
bitch."
detection, but no detection to catch him out.
Yeah, well, I mean, at the very... And of
Radiant's
course, he's
bottom
gonna
tower
hit the
is under
unstable
attack.
concoction and do nothing with it. That is the worst thing about Alchemist, when you can't do anything with that unstable concoction.
Yeah.
You feel like you're in the
Radiant's
best
bottom
possible
tower is
position to
under
make
attack.
something happen, and just doesn't.
We got Gyrocopter moving up to the top lane. It looks like they're gonna try to go on.
They're gonna make something happen here.
Yeah. Venomancer.
Feeling cocky.
It's Venom Scale on the Gyrocopter. Call down comes. Oh, Alchemist gets caught by the Kinetic Field, and he's gonna go down. Meanwhile, the Dragon Knight gets off the Dragon
Venomancer.
Tail, and then he's gonna get the Venomancer as well.
And
was-
their buddies nope the fuck out. They're not gonna
Yeah.
jump into that ball of hate that's rolling around in the top lane right now.
It's like, I'm feeling a lot of hostility here, and I'd rather not
I
die.
just don't like these vibes going on.
Yeah, that was, I mean, again, that's another pickoff on Alchemist. That's what's needed. Because right now, he's got the face boost, and he's got the Hand of Midas. Like I was saying before, Hand of Midas, that's very greedy. You're sacrificing some of your initiation if you had picked up, or gone towards picking up a Shadow Blade, which I believe he could have had by now, or really any other item. You're basically saying, I'm going to try to win this later. Top lane taking some harassment. But Crinkles, Ozzy, and Maddie, the Ringer, are going to back off a little bit. Still, we've got Mirana and a Scouting Arrow.
Ooh,
Not
nice.
hit
No,
anything.
hit
Oh,
it,
no,
it
he
picked
did.
up Crinkles, yeah.
Crinkles in the side shot, but unfortunately nothing to follow it up with.
Well, he ran right into it. It was actually just a really lucky shot.
Yeah, we got Viper, Venomancer, and Lena
What
all
is going
coming
on
in.
here? Just a little
Loop
late.
around, yeah, loop around, but nothing there.
Nide.
We got Alchemist in the bottom lane trying to take this tower. Kinetic Field's going
Uh-oh.
to trap him in. Gyrocopter, you know what? Here's the
Tower.
call down.
Take
Yeah,
the
that's-
tower. Yep.
I cannot believe he got the tower. But my question to you is, was it worth it?
Considering the circumstances, is he really going to take out Disruptor? Is he really going to take out Gyrocopter? I think probably that's the best he could do. You dealt a shitty hand. Life gives you lemons. Fucking tear down a building.
Yeah, there did seem to be a bit of finality in those incoming TPs. Like I feel, we all fucking do it. You're chasing someone, they're on like 30 health, and you're like, nope, I don't care if I get hook shot, I don't care if anyone else goes on me, I'm gonna keep trying to get this kill until I die. And that's exactly what Alchemist did. And you know what? He fucking succeeded. He got the tower.
He sure did. So that'll push their creeps out a little bit. I mean, that is all the tier 1 towers for the Radiant down.
Yes, it is. And I mean, still, Alchemist, 6,000 net worth leading, but only 1,000 behind the Bounty Hunter. I got a feeling that the Bounty Hunter's been picking up some track kills. Like I've got a figure, even though we missed both of them. I got a figure that both of the kills on Alchemist that he was involved with were track kills, because that's why you get a fucking Bounty Hunter. You get the Bounty Hunter so that you can track people down and get gold from it.
Yeah,
He's
just
not. He's
looking at
not
the graphs.
He's not the pub semi carry that everyone seems to think in our games. But then again, he's got a mithril hammer. He might be going for a desolator. I'm hoping that it's just a BKB.
They're pretty sorely lacking. Looking at the graphs, normally you see the Radiant's got both
Rhod,
experience and gold, but not so in this game.
Mid lane, we've got another conflagration in the making. But Sentry Ward's down. That should be able to see out the Moonlight Shadow. And
There's
again, they back
fairly
up.
crackling.
Cowed.
Well, I mean, looking at the team fights from last game, I imagine both sides are a little bit timid. Excuse me. Looking at just the kill count from last game.
Yeah.
At this point, we were definitely in the double digits for both teams, and right now.
Yeah, they're definitely taking it a little bit easier, and I don't disagree with that. You don't have to go balls out all the time. Even though, having said that, there have been a lot of rotations that were fruitless.
Yeah.
And so it may not be for lack of trying.
Yeah, they necessarily slowed down the entire game, not really intentionally.
And we've got 4 down at the bottom lane for the Dire. Looks like they're going to try to go in this tower. Will there be any responses? We've got Aziel and the Dragon Knight coming in from the mid lane. Oh, and Marana arrow, a scouting arrow it looked like, catches him right there. But nothing to follow it up with, just a little bit of, hey, fuck you, get the fuck out of here, we've got a tower to take down. Yeah, we got
Bounty.
Bounty.
I don't have time for it.
Yeah.
I'm not in the mood. I have a headache.
We got Venomancer tracked up. Meanwhile, Ruby Rhod on the Viper, he's got his Yasha. He's still quite a ways away from his Mantha style, though. Kinetic Field takes out catches out the Lina. Alchemist right up front on the tower. He gets Dragon Tail. He gets tracked.
He's gonna do
He gets
that.
killed. Yeah, that was a little ballsy to say.
So surprised Disruptor didn't take any damage on that, or didn't take that last bit of damage. Got down to 4 health on the Disruptor. Everybody's kind of scattering. Gyrocopter trying to chase down the Venomancer.
Rana running to the river. Venomancer, maybe he'll try to help a brother out and try to take out the homing missile. Because it looks like at this point that Gyrocopter's going to be able to catch Ruby Rhod on the Viper. And he doesn't follow it up with anything. He puts on another a fuck you homing missile and then turns around. I mean, fight having been won at that point. I mean, right now we're looking at the Dire with a tower advantage, but it seems like in execution, maybe at the very least, the Radiant has just been taking these fights. I mean, SodaRocket's team doing some good work.
I gotta say, at this point, I feel like Ruby Rhod and the Soggy Bottom boys are operating more on luck than on actual strategy, or possibly just their own personal skill. All right, somebody finally found out that Merlini is playing the Ancient Apparition. And called shenanigans.
Not even a G? Not even a G?
Oh,
okay.
Nothing. All right.
Just reconnect and go.
Resumed.
Oh, okay, he apologized at least. For the pause or the disconnection. Either way. Let's go ahead and take a look at the gold graph here. It has swung pretty heavily in favor of the Dire.
Not
yeah,
all
I mean,
that
still,
much. I mean, just 1,500 or so.
Let's say I'm seeing around 2,000. It's swung back into the Dire's direction after a dip back towards Radiant. Not a huge amount. Experience probably a little bit more significant, but again, it's coming back down, sitting at maybe 57, 50, 6,000, something like that.
And that's kind of what I was saying before. Normally, you'll see one team or the other take both of those graphs, where it's just that line is so far into one side that it's very clear what's going on. In this case, and not that I've cast many games, but this is the first time I've seen where the experience and the gold are just complete, like polar opposites.
Yeah, and I mean, in my mind, that's going to be, if anything, the Alchemist with the Grievel's Greed, with the Hand of Midas. I mean, even though the Radiant has been taking more, better team fights, he still has just so much gold that he can earn. And I guess, Bounty Hunter's got 4 kills under his belt. But you know, 4 kills, no assists with track. That's not enough to counteract that sort of purchasing power on Alchemist's side.
Yeah, looking at the net worth, he's up nearly $2,000, and nobody else is even near him.
That said, though, I mean, SodaRocket did in fact go for Desolator. What do we got? Gyrocopter going down here. It was just to the Ancients. He almost ate it. That would have been embarrassing.
Didn't even see it.
But yeah, Bounty Hunter at this point has picked up Desolator. I mean, considering that he's a right-clicky guy, Dragon Knight's kind of a right-clicky guy, Gyrocopter's kind of a right-clicky guy, on top of the armlet that Dragon Knight's just picked up, Yasha on the Gyrocopter, they're looking pretty solid for items. And meanwhile, I mean, unfortunately, Ruby Rhod on the Viper, he's just not that close to, Bantastyle. And in fact, it looks like he may have changed position.
Lena caught out again.
Mechanism, yeah, Lena caught out, Static
And
Storm.
she goes down.
And goes down with that Ice Blast. Love that Ice Blast. Love seeing that work. Alchemist has picked up his Assault Cuirass, though. Ooh, Mirana Era almost hit Crinkles and the Disruptor up near the top rune spot. That would have been delightful to see. Maybe not the biggest skill shot, but I love seeing those scouting arrows connect.
Just
occasionally.
accidentally hits something. Venomancer needs to play it cool. And I feel like the Dire in general, the Soggy Bottom boys, they are really trying to play conservative at this point.
And honestly, they need to, because Alchemist is gonna be their hope in the late game.
They're just waiting for Alchemist to get farmed up. Is that?
I mean,
that the
yeah,
play?
that's what they're doing. I mean, look, he's already got his Assault Cuirass. He is, I don't know, more than likely going for probably a Shadow Blade, just because that's pretty standard on Alchemist. And they don't. I mean, Mirana has good initiation with the arrow, but it would be nice if they had more. And yeah, Alchemist is just going to go back to the bottom lane, try to farm it
they're
out.
gonna. Looks like they're probably gonna be gunning for him here. Just looking at all the pings going on.
Yeah, there's a lot of movement, just kind of randomly back and forth. We got Lena dewarding in the rune spot around the Roche pit. Again, looking at the wards from SodaRocket's team, I mean, it's better coverage. There's a very kind of aggressive ward down here for SodaRocket's team in the bottom lane. They are watching the Roche pit, but I just feel like, considering where the engagements are happening, the Radiant it feels like they know a little bit more of what's going on.
Dire's middle tower
And
has been denied.
Radiant.
Here we go,
Boarding
bottom
as
rune
well.
spot. We got Gyrocopter cut out. Oh, Laguna Blade takes the Gyrocopter out.
And the call down.
Yeah.
Not going to hit anything
Oh,
with second
and
blast.
Bounty Hunter doing work with the Desolator on the Mirana, just completely destroys him. Ruby Ron does his Viper Strike, his ultimate, as a basically as a fuck you ult, and then I believe Wisely takes off. I think there was still just a little bit too much heat around there for his liking.
3 for 1 on that encounter. It seems like SodaRocket's team is just pulling away bit by bit here. And
Yeah.
you got to know that Ruby Rhod and his guys are probably saying to themselves, I feel a little outmatched. We need to play it cool. And just get Alchemist farmed up, and let's hope for something to happen.
Even that said, if you look at the gold graph, despite the kill differences, Ruby Ron's team, the Soggy Bottom Boys, are still 2,000 ahead. I mean, it's dipped back in favor of SodaRocket's team, but
what is 2,000 at this point?
Of course, yes,
at
that's
these levels.
always true. What is 2,000? I mean, we're 25 minutes into the game now. It's maybe not that much. Let's see what the level's looking like. Yeah, everyone's in the, 8, 9 for the supports, and then 11 to 14 for the other characters. Though, to be honest, Bounty Hunter is kind of he's definitely higher than anyone else in the game right now. And he's keeping a pretty even pace with the Alchemist. Once again, we get a map draw out here.
Yeah, looks
I
like
guess
they-
saying like, listen, let's loop around and try to give him the old. Meh, meh.
That's what we like to refer to as a digital colon massage.
Yes, that.
Give him the old digital rectal massage.
Yeah, and you said it before. Let's try to play a little bit more conservatively. It definitely seems like they're doing that, but I don't know if I like that they're grouping up as 5 like this and then just kind of being static. They're pushing the lane a little bit. They're not pushing it super aggressively. We've got Alchemist is doing stuff, and maybe that's what they're doing right now. They're just trying to maintain focus on that middle lane. Like, hey, here we are, guys, come and get us. While
Meanwhile,
Alchemist is
though-
up farming in the jungle.
Gyrocopter and Dragon Knight both are coming up. That's Epona and Azil. Probably another fucking ringer.
Yeah,
SodaRocket
Apona's just picked up his Manta style.
SodaRocket's a winner, and he doesn't care who he tramples to win.
Alchemist is working on his BKB. He's not too terribly far off from it, especially considering the way that he can farm. And then I want to say that they will try to take some fights. Now the problem is that the BKB, sure, with a BKB you can completely shut down Disruptor. With a BKB, you're basically saying, Disruptor, why the fuck would anyone ever think to pick you in this situation? But but Bounty Hunter's got Desolator, and Gyrocopter's got his Manta Style, Dragon Knight's got his Armlet. Those things don't give no fucks about a BKB.
BKB is only to prevent that magic damage, and I guess Disruptor is just straight damage.
Oh
magical,
yeah, in the kinetic field and the static
damage
storm.
magical. Yeah, he doesn't have much else, does he?
Nope.
You're not gonna right click with Disruptor and make shit happen.
Yeah. I mean, you can even BKB out of Glimpse, just like you can with Kunkka's X marks the spot or something like that. And so, yeah, again, just they're playing it cool, and I am totally on board with that. They don't need to take any more engagements until they got some shit to show for it.
Kind of settling in for the long haul.
Yeah, and Alchemist is the dude to try it with. I'm honestly surprised that Alchemist hasn't picked up maybe you go for Medallion of Courage now. I actually completely understand him wanting to get survivability items, the AC and the BKB first, but maybe we'll see an Assault Cuirass or a Medallion of Courage from the Venomancer next, or even on the Alchemist, just something that they can really just blow up, Dragon Knight or Gyrocopter. Because the minus armor from the Medallion of Courage on top of the minus armor from the Acid Spray, I mean, that could potentially do some work. Ooh, Lena tried to dust. Kinetic Field, see, there's the BKB doing work.
Yeah,
You got out of
just
Kinetic
walking
Field.
right out of it. There's a
Ruby
call
Rock
down.
getting gone on. Viper is gonna... Oh, he's still doing work.
Disruptor down.
And they're going to try to take out the Venomancer, and Venomancer's probably going to go down. Meanwhile, here comes the Alchemist coming back in, doing work. Gyrocopter goes down. Now he's on to the Dragon Knight. Here comes the Unstable Concoction. Last second, boom. And he will
Well,
probably...
Venomancer was able to get out of that one.
Oh, Venomancer lived. That
Dyer's
was
under attack.
a beautiful save, by the way, from the Ancient Apparition. He froze up the Alchemist, and so it looks like... Yeah, Azil's
Dyer's top
got to be
tower
able to
is
get away. The
under
Dragon Knight's
attack.
going to be able to get away. Alchemist is going to try to re-engage, which I think is a little interesting. But yeah, here comes the TP. Oh, we got the Mirana coming in behind. But Disruptor, great play. He glimpsed back the Mirana. He kinetic fields the Alchemist, and yeah, this is not what the Alchemist wanted to happen, because now
No,
they're-
not at all.
and they're more than likely going to be able to kill him. But the Juke Shoes, like, what the fuck happened there, guys? Azil, buddy, I expected better from you. That's really fortunate for the Alchemist. He is, like, getting away was the best thing for him. So yeah, again, kind of.
I'm really surprised with that one.
For 2 trade, yeah, it wasn't as bad, and I really think that was the Alchemist with the BKB and the AC coming to work. You've also got the Viper. I'm not sure if he picked it up before that fight, but he had the mechanism as well. And so you can definitely see there was kind of a change in tone as far as the fight. It didn't seem so rapey in one.
Yeah. It wasn't as uncomfortable to watch. It felt like they really had a chance to take that fight. But again, SodaRocket's team, they miss out on 2 near kills. They almost had Venomancer, they almost had Alchemist, and I don't know if they called it off early, especially knowing what happened with the last game and how things just kind of coalesced very quickly, and the entire team just appeared every single time.
They would go to chase a kill, and then all of a sudden it was just, hey, let's regoose all day.
Yeah.
That's what we do. We've been snorting cocaine and regoosing all day because we love to do.
They're just walking the mean streets, and it's like the Jets and the Sharks just walking around with knives, just dancing their way through the fucking crowd.
Well, I mean, we got Marana tracked up even through, I believe the track hit before the Moonlight Shadow, but yeah, the Bounty Hunter knew exactly where she was. But I mean, Marana's leap could be considered a dance.
A dance of sorts.
Oh no, we've got Ruby Rhod and the Soggy Bond boys going for Roshan, but the Ancient Apparition Ice Blast catches it out. Lena, very close. Oh, she gets glimpsed back. She missed the kinetic field. Static Storm goes down. Ruby Rhod
All down takes out the...
Yeah, call down along with the Flame Breath, and they are on the run. But that was a whiffed Venomous Gale. But yeah, with that, I don't know if they should try to regauge. Oh, Marana Arrow hits Crinkles on the Disruptor. Just sitting there waiting for it felt like.
I'm really surprised they're sticking around for this.
Yeah, I'm very surprised. Here's Kinetic Field. He barely gets out. I mean, they could have easily gone on that had he gotten caught.
They still look like they're in good condition here.
Disconnection from Ruby Ron.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was actually very surprising to me that they didn't keep pursuing that. I mean, everyone is still good. BKBs are down, but I mean, I don't know. Look at
it's a change in their tactics. It's a change in their strategy. They're playing more conservatively. There were a few times in the last game where, just like we were talking about, you get regoose after regoose, and that the momentum shifts very quickly, and maybe they realize, especially as big as Alchemist is at this point, not such a great idea.
He's sitting at 15,000 net worth. I mean, Bounty Hunter is 11,000, Gyrocopter is 10,000, and Dragon Knight is 9,000, but still, I mean, it's an Alchemist. He pops the Alchemical Rage, and you don't want to fuck around with him. Like, you have to treat him seriously.
He's getting some serious regeneration with that Rage. It comes up. It's like a 20-second cooldown.
Yeah, it's not very far at all, or it's not very long at all. So you can see him in one part of the fight with it, and then later in that same fight, you're like, holy fuck, he's got it up again.
He's got it again, exactly.
And some very wise dewarding by Dead Roller on the Venomancer. And it looks like they're going to try to go for the Roche again. And yeah, they weren't done. Yeah, they could potentially take it because SodaRocket's team has spread back out.
And there's no wards there. You got plenty of the plague wards from the Venomancer.
Yeah, and that's one thing I love playing Venomancer is the plague wards are just so good for putting up on high ground, keeping Viz on target. I mean, that's always fun. And this is a perfect use of them.
And this is a case where you would want that acid spray on Roshan? Well, maybe if you had a little bit more time.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. And Alchemist, he's got the Aegis, he's got a Skull Basher. They're looking pretty solid now. I mean, I don't know what else to say, honestly.
He's obviously going to be one of the first targets for SodaRocket's team, right? Do you go for him first?
I don't think you go for him first. I think you hope for a pickoff. Catch someone out of position, get a pickoff. You hope to blow up the Venomancer, the Marana, the Viper really early. Because, I mean, the Viper can be throwing poison around. He can do the Viper Strike. I mean, although SodaRocket's team, like, again, on the kill counts, his team seems very in control. there is still some danger presented in any engagement with him.
Yeah, well,
And we've got Moonlight Shadow from Mirana, maybe looking to initiate. Everyone's sitting around mid.
Dire's top tower
arrow
is under
just
attack.
misses.
And yeah, I mean, they still have the tower advantage. Ruby Rhod and the Soggy bottom boys still have the tower advantage, and it looks like they're going to try to take the T2 tower mid, maybe? Kind of the bottom of the tower, we got a kinetic field and static storm go down. Here comes a call down. Looks like Mirana is going to be able to get away. Meanwhile, Venomancer comes in. If anything, a Spite, Poison Nova.
There goes Lena.
Alchemist, BKB, pop.
Venomancer's going to get caught out as well. Venomancer goes down.
The kinetic field catches the Viper and the Alchemist. Here comes the Rocket Barrage, and that's a dead Alchemist. Here comes the Aegis. Ruby Rhod, keep doing it, buddy. Oh, the Flame Breath coming up behind. Alchemist, unstable concoction. It looks like he's going to be able to get this Dragonite as well.
Oh, he doesn't have it.
Armlet
He's got
toggling.
too much time.
Pro armlet toggling. He's going to be able to get out of that. If I were Alchemist, I would fuck it,
Push
man.
that lane.
Try to take the tower.
That's nearly exactly what SodaRocket wanted to happen, I imagine, but didn't quite go the way it was planned, especially with that Aegis.
Yeah, I mean, it was a really good fight for him. They got Gyrocopter, they got Bounty Hunter, they got Disruptor. Almost got Dragonite. Had he had a little bit more support, he could have got Dragonite.
And Ruby Rhod, as the Viper, really did give it to him. He stuck it to the man for sure.
Yeah, I feel like he could have gotten a little bit more done there, and maybe they could have even taken out the Dragonite had he just kind of committed to fighting. You know how it is. You're getting gone on, and your team's dying, and you're like, I need to get out of here. You see your carry pop his Aegis, and you're like, wait a minute, I can help. So I understand why that happened, but still, I mean, not a terrible engagement, unless you take in consideration that, really, they all died, and there was an Aegis, even though they got so many response kills. I would still give it to SodaRocket's team.
Yeah, and well, I think it's safe to say that regardless of who really came out on top, I don't think either side really expected that fight to go that way.
Yeah. I mean, it was not what either one of them was looking for. And so we've got Gyrocopter going back up to farming Ancients. We've got Alchemist and Viper both in the jungle, the dire side jungle, Mirana in the dire side jungle even. And maybe that kind of speaks to their mindset right now, as you were saying earlier, like, hey, let's play a little bit more defensively, a little bit more conservatively. Maybe now they're like, hey, maybe we should play more conservatively. Let's all go into the jungle.
That worked last time. Let's do it again. And maybe that is the case. I think also that with SodaRocket's team,
middle lane, we got the Bounty
as
Hunter.
defensive as they did, probably worried about the Alchemist. Who knows? Maybe a combination, because Viper's up there, Mirana's not too far behind. Maybe it became sort of a self-fulfilling prophecy.
I mean, and Alchemist has just picked up his Abyssal Blade. Mirana's just picked up their Manta Style. It could very well be a completely different fight next time they meet. I mean,
just with those two.
Just with those two items. And I'm now like, I busted out the popcorn. I'm looking forward to this. Like, I love seeing fights where one team has a clear kill advantage, but they don't necessarily have the fight advantage per se. You know what I mean?
On paper, it doesn't.
Oh, Mirana Arrow almost caught Aziel in the middle there. The Dragonite would have been dead for sure. And so, yeah, we've got 5-on-5.
There's
middle.
Lena. What are you doing?
Oh,
GD
Lena, what are you
goes
doing?
down real quick. Just melts like ice in that. She really had no chance. Looks like she was trying to make something happen to force that fight, and then just...
but I mean, you don't want to break the high ground like that.
Yeah, and that's exactly what happened. She was caught before she broke the high ground. They saw her coming. They had time to kind of fluff themselves up for a little bit of rape action, and it wasn't pleasant.
Meanwhile, Bounty Hunter's going to catch out the Venomancer near the dire Ancients. Oh, arrow! BKB just to try to avoid the arrow. I might have done the same thing because that was really close. And yeah, those are two unfortunate pickoffs. You know, I was talking about looking forward to seeing these two teams fight. It has to be 5-on-5 though.
Yeah,
I don't
they gotta
think,
make it fair, otherwise it's not gonna do shit for.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna go on. It's gonna go in the favor of Ruby Rhod's team.
And that's it. Ruby Rod's and the Soggy Bottom boys are the ones who really need it.
Mm-hmm.
They need
Most
a
definitely.
good team fight, and they need to take it all because we're approaching 40 minutes now. Both sides are getting really farmed up. That small gold advantage that
Dire's
Soggy
bottom
Bottom
tower
boys
is under
had
attack.
is quickly disappearing, honestly.
Yeah, 1,000
over the past
gold,
5
40
minutes or
minutes.
so.
That's nothing. But then looking at the experience, SodaRocket's team, 10,000, 11,000 experience, which levels at this point. I mean, everyone's getting towards 16.
Showing no signs
Yeah.
of stopping. So this is a freight train running downhill. It is only picking up speed.
I'm a train. You
Choo
remember
choo, motherfucker.
That was hilarious. Yeah, I think because yes, right now SodaRocket's team needs to get together as 5 because they can take those fights and they need to start pushing towers. What Soggy Bottom boys need to do is split push out the lanes, let Alchemist farm, maybe even wait for the Roche. At this point, we've got a little bit less than a minute to as many as almost 4 minutes left on the Roche timer. Mid lane, Alchemist opening up the stable concoction, narrowly avoids the kinetic field.
About to be 4-on-5. They are not looking like they're in a good position. Mirana's way out in the bottom lane.
Yeah, they don't want to try to fight on that little low ground area between mid towers. I mean, if anything, the Ice Blast, I mean, Ancient Apparition could very well just kind of sit back and get as much damage as possible on that Ice Blast. But it looks like Ruby Rhod's going to back off a little bit here. Soggy Bottom boys are going to back off a little bit.
All right, it looks like we got Roshan in about 1 minute. That's a Maelstrom on Alchemist. He's just
Interesting.
so much.
I mean, I don't know. Okay, I'll go for it. I mean, if anything, that's more farm. And you can use this activatable ability. I find it a little bit cumbersome to use. Like, it's just another thing to worry about.
Another button to
Yeah,
push.
yeah.
Is that on its way to a Mjolnir? Or... Okay, yeah, Mjolnir is next after the Maelstrom. I mean, I don't want to say standard progression for that. Maybe it is. But if you want more of it...
Mjolnir is up to Maelstrom.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom
Ice Blast
tower
from Ancient
has
Apparition in the
fallen.
middle, catches him, and pushes him right back. Lena's looking very low. If she goes down too much lower, she's going to die from the Ice Blast.
There it
And
was.
Bounty Hunter cleans it up. They're going on this interesting call down.
Well,
But-
and as I've said before...
Oh, spite
wow.
from Venomancer. Here comes Ruby Rhod, pop of the BKB. Coming in,
They're rushing in
Viper
headlong.
oh, there's the Static Storm, there's the Kinetic Field, but still, Gyrocopter goes down. Now, Bounty Hunter goes down. Alchemist doing fucking
Dragon
work.
Knight. Holy
Oh my
shit.
god.
There's that wipe right
is the
there.
Fight.
That's what
the
they were
fight
looking
right
for.
there, man.
Push out those fucking
Tower is under
lanes.
attack.
Like you can, I will take it. You trade Alina and
Dire's
Venomancer for
top
their
tower
entire
is
Exactly.
team.
under attack.
That
And
was
that's what you needed to give the Alchemist, give Shokushu that chance.
and
show what he's made
Shikushu
of.
has been doing a great
Dire's
job.
top tower is under attack.
And I mean, right now, looking at net
Radiant's
worth,
bottom tower is
Alchemist
under
sitting at
attack.
24,000, whereas the
Dire's
Bounty Hunter is
structures
only
are
at
fortified.
15,000.
Yeah, just running away with it.
Dire's top
Yeah,
tower
and look at the
is
gold
under
graph.
attack.
It's dipped down to
Dire's
3,000.
top
It was a
tower
very
has been
precipitous
denied.
drop. Experience graph,
Radiant's
same
bottom
thing.
tower is
Back
under
below
attack.
10,000.
Radiant's middle tower
Here's
has
the buyback from
fallen.
Ancient Apparition. I don't know that I am cool with that decision. They've got fortification. I think they should have waited on that. I think that was kind of a wasted buyback.
Well, you're gonna lose that tower anyway. What are you really gonna do?
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Coming back in. You're
No,
gonna
I
kill
think
a few
I don't
creeps.
think it's bad enough that the creep waves and the tower couldn't have taken care of it. I mean,
Well, and
you know,
that's-
all I
that's
can
what
think
I'm
is that
saying,
Maddie
is like-
was worried about them pushing the lane, and like trying to push the T3. Meanwhile, we've got Shikoshu and the Alchemist, Ruby Rhod taking down Roshan, and they're going to do that handily.
Roshan has fallen to the Dire.
Indeed, even though that it's warded, and so
Yeah, they couldn't. They
they
couldn't.
should
No.
they should have known that he's there. What are they going to do? Everybody's coming back in. They're all waking
everyone's
up.
coming back in.
They're suffering from hibernation sickness. You know how it is. You don't
Yeah.
just jump out and take on Java just like that.
Your eyesight will return shortly. And yeah, I mean they're mid T1, they're mid T2, they're bottom T1, bottom T2 are all down. The Dire already has a Roshan advantage because I mean look at how close the T2 bottom is to Roshan. I mean even the T2 mid. And so yeah, there was nothing you could do about that. But hey, look, the past is the past. We've kind of reset. Everyone's back up. Let's see how it goes, man. I'm really digging this. I want to see how it goes.
And a lot of people don't like the longer games. They can become tedious after the 45-minute mark, and you're like, please, somebody just fucking do something. But a lot of times it makes for the most exciting games to watch because you don't know what's going to happen. You get that honest to goodness, any given Sunday feel where it's still anybody's game. There's no way to call where this is going.
I don't know. At this point, Viper just picked up his Manta style. Alchemist had, the Abyssal Blade, the Maelstrom, the AC. Mirana has a Desolator. Like if I was SodaRocket, I would be pushing to end this as fast as possible because even though Bounty Hunter has a Desolator, even though he has an MKB or a Monkey King Bar and a BKB, like he's not the one you want to have that sort of farm. Gyrocopter's got a Manta style, Helm of the Dominator, Black King Bar, that's great. It looks like Dragon Knight's working towards his own AC, and like that's who you want to have farm. And as I mentioned before, like Disruptor can be shut down really badly by BKBs.
All right, I think we're about to see the team fight here.
This could be it. And the great thing, see, this is where I was talking about again, breaking the high ground with those wards. And Disruptor dropping just a kind of zoning kinetic field. Ice Blast comes in, hits 4. Great Ice Blast. Lena, again, caught out of place, immediately killed.
Way up front.
Here comes a call down, going to catch Mirana, the Alchemist. Oh, this could be a disaster.
And the Viper.
Shikoshu. There goes the Aegis popped.
Aegis coming up.
Venomancer
Everybody's
down,
staying in the
Rhod
fight.
still trying to do work.
BKB.
Come on, Alchemist.
You gotta get in there, man. You can't leave him out like that.
No, but oh wow!
Ruby
I
Rhod
thought
with
the
a
Dragon
mega
Knight
kill.
was gonna clean it up. Now the Gyrocopter's gotta be wary. And there goes the Dragon Knight.
Lena's still
Gyrocopter.
the only death there.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
I honestly don't know. I feel like Venomancer got glimpsed back to save himself.
Radiant's bottom
And this is gonna be Rax.
Gyrocopter
bottom
bought
tower
back in.
has fallen.
Like, I don't know. Like, they could back up a little bit. Viper's got mana for the
How
mechanism
did
now.
that team fight go that way? That's 2 in a row that they just fucking pulled out of their asses.
Yeah,
That did
look at
not
how
exist.
low everyone was.
Yeah. That
And
that
of course,
fight
the
did not
Alchemist went down.
exist.
But maybe that was kind of the issue, is that they were focusing the Alchemist. They were trying to get that Aegis down. In the meantime, and if you look at that fight, Ruby Rhod and the Viper was just sitting there for so long, just hitting people.
Skeet.
Mirana,
Skeeting
the
all
same
over.
thing, just hitting people. And it kind of surprised me because after the Lena went down, and you know what, maybe this is some fucking next level shit now. You send in the Lena, she doesn't even use her Laguna Blade or Like Strike Array, you just let her die.
What?
You give,
It's the new meta.
yeah,
Everybody's
you
going
give
to be
the
doing
other
this.
team a sense of superiority, and then you crush their hopes and dreams. Of course, all that said, I don't think all is lost for SodaRocket's team.
Jesus, look
They-
at the
they
difference
still
in gold
have-
earned.
What do we got here now? They still
Jesus,
have.
look at the difference in XP earned.
Oh wow!
What happened?
Wow!
That's two
Those
full
last
wipe
fights.
team fights right there.
Yeah, and that's what it was. I mean, the levels, and this is the thing, as the levels start to get higher and higher, the game starts to go longer and longer, you will get those dramatic shifts in experience earned, but I mean, the gold earned, that is something, isn't it?
Boy, howdy. Like, I don't even know what to say to that.
But no, like I was saying though, SodaRocket's team is not out of
Radiant's
this.
top
They
tower
still
is
had a
under attack.
really solid team fight there. I think if the Alchemist had not had that Aegis,
If you didn't
they
have the
would've-
Aegis, then that's
they
it.
would have spent more time focusing on the Viper. They would have spent more time focusing on the Mirana and the Venomancer. I mean, that very well could have gone the exact opposite way.
Radiant's top tower
And that's
has
why it's so
fallen.
surprising.
Yeah.
I mean, you saw the numbers, you saw the health. Everybody was down really low. I was completely surprised that not only did it happen the first time, but it happened the second time. And they lost fewer people the second time.
Yeah.
But as you said, once you get those items, once you get that momentum gold-wise, which it seems like that was their strategy all along. You get that gold, you get that alchemist farmed up, you get that momentum gold-wise, and worry less about the experience, and those items can make up for it.
And we have seen that 100%. And, you know, speaking of items that may be kind of the problem, and, you know, I hate to say this is a problem, because Disruptor has been such a fucking team player. Disruptor and, you know, the Ancient Apparition, both, they have been spending so much money on wards. I mean, look at the ward coverage by SodaRocket's team. I mean, buying dust, buying wards.
And, you know, the
buying smoke.
same thing can be said about Lena. Because she was doing a lot of counter warding and de-warding.
That's very true. Not to discount Nor's, and I'm just going to say Nor instead of GG Nori.
It's GG no re.
Oh, GG Nori. Damn it, you were saying it earlier, and I was like, what the fuck's he talking about? And see, this is going to say, they need these sorts of pickoffs. Venomancer got picked off in mid there, and they need that to definitely...
Good arrow from Mirana.
Comes Alchemist.
SodaRocket goes down real quick. There's the call down.
But response,
Good
Mirana.
shots. Look at that.
Yeah, Mirana, Lena both go down. Dragonite doing work. Gyrocopter doing work.
Alchemist
Here
is
comes the fucking
huge.
Alchemist. He now has a Heart of Tarrasque. I don't know if they're going to be able to do this to him. I mean, he is sitting there taking this. And again, all the while,
How
Vipers...
is what is going on?
He's still alive.
What is
He's a fucking Bash Lord. Oh, wow. That was...
Oh my
disaster.
God, that was unbelievable. There's no way he took so much damage. He took so much damage and he hulked through that entire thing.
He did. He hulked through the entire pickup. Between the heart, between everyone focusing on him, Ruby Rhod now has a Satanic, or Reaver probably looking to go to a Satanic. I mean, this could very well be getting very close to GG. I wouldn't.
We got a couple of buybacks there.
But I mean, the Dragonite and the Ancient Apparition ain't going to be able to do it by themselves. This is last-ditch shit. And it's unfortunate to see after that team fight because the, you know, picking off that Venomancer, that sort of pick-off is exactly what they needed to try to turn this around. Here comes the Bounty Hunter. Coming in on the Alchemist, going man mode.
Not quite enough, though. I mean, it's, and there's
GG.
SodaRocket calling GG.
Yeah. Wow.
That,
Wow.
that is definitely a wow game. That was,
And I mean, that is the power of an Alchemist as a late game carry. If I didn't mention it, I should have. The SodaRocket's time was in the first 35 minutes. And unfortunately, they just weren't able to make it happen. I think Ruby Rod's team kept them kind of on the back foot with just the tower advantage. They were able to take a lot of towers. They were able to create a lot of space for the Alchemist to keep farming. And I think that's what did it.
looking at the net worth there, you can see, and like we can go back and forth on all these graphs, charts and graphs, but you saw it. It was a precipitous change from one side to the other. They always had the gold. They kept the gold the entire time. Nobody was going to take Alchemist's gold. He was turning the shit that they were throwing at him into gold, and then just buying items and getting bigger. It was the craziest thing. A lot of great team fights there.
It was an enjoyable game too in this this first battle in the Dota Battles Season 1. So we've got Ruby Rhod's team, Soggy Bottom Boys, who's taken one game. We've got SodaRocket's team, who is also taking a game.
All right, so I think that is going to conclude our broadcasting night. Thank you, everybody, for watching, and we will see you next time. I am Warbond.
I'm Despair.
Have a good night.
Maybe. next time. Maybe.
Maybe, yeah. We're never going to do it again. All right. Out.
Yeah, peace out.